The Trump administration is allowing Anthropic to restore access to its Mythos 5 AI model for a select group of U.S. companies and federal agencies. Now, the move comes after the company agreed to add safeguards to address national cybersecurity concerns. Now, this decision marks a major step in the government's growing oversight of the most advanced AI systems. So joining me now is New York Times tech reporter Sheera Frenkel. Sheera, great to be with you. Anthropic initially said Mythos was too powerful to be released widely due to cybersecurity concerns. So what can you tell us about these safeguards, and what does this release mean for the company and the wider AI race?
Well, this has been a very long journey, and there hasn't been a lot of transparency into what the White House really wants to be seen done with this kind of cutting edge, very powerful AI technology. What we know is that it was very sudden when the White House called up Anthropic and told it to take its Mythos AI model offline. It wanted it to remove access to all clients. And there was some behind the scenes talks before last week. As you said, they restored access to some clients that were approved by the White House. So what we're seeing is the beginning of a process perhaps put in place where the White House will be overseeing who gets access to the most powerful AI technology.
OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and other major AI companies have agreed to share their models with the government for review. Is this becoming kind of the new standard for the industry, that you got to run it by the government first?
It's not the new standard, actually. I mean, Biden did this under his administration. He asked companies to share their models in advance of broader release, and that is what they did. So the government has long had this option, and the companies, at least the most powerful Silicon Valley companies, have all taken them up on this option to have their models reviewed before the public release. What we're perhaps seeing is a more formalized process. We know that President Trump's executive order called for them to voluntarily submit their models, but they might be putting something more rigid in place. We just don't know quite yet.
This is interesting, though, because California signed a deal with Anthropic to make its Claude AI assistant available to state agencies. So what does this partnership actually mean for how state workers can use AI on a day-to-day basis? And I'm curious if you think that other states may follow suit.
I think that right now, California wants the option to let its state workers use AI for the kinds of things that really any government agency would. So it's analyzing meeting notes. It's doing a lot of really sort of mundane tasks, a lot of bureaucracy that you constantly hear government officials complain about not having the manpower to do. I'm sure that a number of other states would like to incorporate AI technology into saving them time, saving them money. And I would note that Anthropic is already offering these kinds of services to some European countries as well. So I think it's really a question of when a lot of government, state and federal agencies begin to adopt AI, and not if they begin to adopt AI.
Sheera Frenkel, great to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.